There we go. There we go. Hello, Diane Keane. How are you doing? Just me and you today. Yep, that's it. Me and you. One-on-one cooking session. Are you ready? We've got some others joining us now, Diane. Come and say hello, because I am by myself at the moment. Ella's taking a break. Not sure where Louie is. Both the dogs are asleep. It's very quiet. It's nice. Hi, Lynn. We're all right, Diane. We're all right. We've obviously, we've said it before, I'll say it again, Festival is taking over our lives. So we're busy. Just organising, just getting as much as we can prepared for the day. Okay. Lasagna. But what am I doing with cabbage? These are going to be the layers in Ella's lasagna. That's probably enough, actually. I'm going to do the pack of meats that I've got is 750 grams, so it's 1.5 times the volume of the normal recipe. So I'm going to do 2 dishes of three portions in each. One dish is going to be with the leaves as the layers. Couldn't get my words out. And the other dish is going to be with cheese as the layers. So that's mine and Louis. It's much heavier. Well done, Sue. You'll be amazing. You know that. So yeah, I'm just going to get some. So this is sweetheart cabbage. Hi, Kathy. I'm just going to take out the big chunky stem. In fact, I can slice them in halves. I'm going to very, very quickly just soften them up in a little bit of water. So tell you what, let me just get some water in the pan. I just want them a little bit softer. There we go. We might as well have them in sheets that I can layer quite easily. So if you wanted to keep this lighter, like Ella's, then use a cabbage, use aubergines, use courgettes, anything like that. If you want it a bit heavier and a bit richer, then we're going to use, you can use Edam. I think I've got Gouda slices. Yeah. So I've got some Gouda slices. Yeah, there are 6 slices. That's enough to go in there. So effectively it'd be two per portion, plus obviously the cheese sauce that's going on top of it as well. So it is Monday, isn't it? How's everybody's Monday going? So I'll just give it a minute for the water to get to full temperature. A bowl. Hi, Julie. Time for a cup of tea, I think. Earl Grey. Breakfast Earl Grey. Don't you know? Beautiful. Hi, Pamela. All right. just started to bubble away. I'm literally just going to drop these in, and it's just going to be for a couple of minutes. I just want to sort of soften them up a little bit. That's it. Hi, Cheryl. I love the teapot as well, actually, Di. Thankfully, the painting that is going on in this house doesn't involve me. I went into the front room this afternoon. Kevin's in there and he's whistling away, painting away. I was like, you enjoying yourself? Yep. He's like, do you not enjoy painting? I was like, no, not even close. No. So I'm pleased that he's just getting on with it. First time joining. What you make? I'm sorry. I'm making lasagna. Yeah. Sorry if I didn't say that. I'm making lasagna, but I'm making two slightly different versions. Afternoon Aid. Two slightly different versions. Just the layers. That's the difference. It's what you can layer it with. I'm doing one layer with cheese, and I'm doing one layer with cabbage leaves. So big difference in obviously the dairy content. Yes, the calorie content. So Ella isn't a fan of huge amounts of dairy. It will upset the stomach. So there's enough dairy in the sauce. So this is a nice, easy way of creating the layers. So bear with me if I miss any messages because I am by myself today. I will try and keep an eye on it. Yeah, we're all good. Right, okay. Literally just want them softening up so that those that are in the water right now, they go very vibrant green. Don't want them soggy. Just let them dry. Oh, look, it's Cooper. Cooper to the rescue. We're all safe now. We're all safe. That's more than enough. That can go off. There we go. Just a little bit softer than they were. More pliable. Let them dry off. Excellent. Keto chocolate. Which one are you talking about? The lava cake, or something like the decadent chocolate cake? Because the lava cake is a regular made dish in this house. Don't worry, not going anywhere. Right, so let's get this out of the way with. What amazing secrets can you share with us today? This lasagna, by tradition, doesn't have garlic in it. Now, we're garlic fans, so therefore, we like to put garlic in it, but it's not the traditional way. So if there are any traditional lasagna makers, I apologize, but we're making it our way. Yeah. I'll use the olive oil. So it's entirely up to you. If you like garlic, whack a bit of garlic in. There we go. Leave it out. That's not garlic. Anything new for Festival? Nothing we can talk about. That's probably the only thing I can say. Victoria sponge was awesome. Awesome. Excellent. Obviously one of my recipes. Probably not. It's probably Ella's. Let's face it, Ella's the best baker we've got in the within the business, within the group. Hints. I don't know what you're hinting at, Cooper. I don't know. What am I hinting at? The problem is you can't say it on here, just in case we're not announcing it yet. Oh, a hint. You want me to give you a hint of something? No, because I might get it wrong, and then I'll get into trouble with the boss. Di, if you're on Facebook, you won't be seeing the YouTube comments. A lot of the comments are coming through on YouTube. So Michelle's over there, and Jim, who's making chicken curry with cauli rice. Nice one, Jim. So yeah, if you're on Facebook, you'll only see the Facebook comments. I don't know whether if you're on YouTube, you see both. I get to see both. Okay, so I've got some leeks. Got some leeks ready to go in with the garlic. Not too high, it's probably a tiny bit high there. Okay. Any suggestions for keto snacks? Because you must but now I'm getting bored, so I want to use that. There you go. I've just made them. You can just about see them. So homemade pork scratchings. However, and I appreciate they're not everybody's cup of tea, so this is my sort of snack. Homemade pork scratchings, and I've got on there obviously salt and smoked paprika. And if anyone has ever eaten frazzles, that's what they taste like. And they smell like frazzles as well. Look. They were, I think that was less than £1. Yes, I've had to cook them myself, but 2 big sheets for about 80p. And they're really good. Jim, you've got, right. Hang on. Okay, so there is a video coming out, I think it's later this week, on how I cook the pork scratchings now. And you go from the teeth-breaking pork scratching, which is when you just roast them, to this, where they just crumble. So they're great. The crunch is great, but you know it's just as easy as it's just a really easy snap. So you're not in fear of losing a tooth. Put it that way. But they're really good. Hello, Paula. Ooh, easy. Attacked by the lamp. Right, okay, so I'm using the pork and beef mince. So this is, if I remember rightly, 60% beef, 40% pork. Then They say it's better for things like lasagna and bolognese, those sorts of things. We would tend to just use the beef. It's going to be a slightly higher fat percentage. On average, it's 22%. So I haven't added a lot of oil in here. Oh, actually, let me just make some space for it. So there you go. There we go. Yeah, home-cooked pork scratchings can be a little bit vicious. You do have to be careful. These, the way they're cooked, there's no problem at all. They're crunchy, but they're not teeth-shattering. Excellent. There we go. I say this is a bigger packet than I would normally use, but I'll be able to get it all cooked in there. I think yes, but you can do them in the oven. So in the Ninja, if you've got an air fryer, in the Ninja, and I use the grill for it. I use the air crisp. So if you've got an air fryer, then they'll do the same. Otherwise, it's a very hot oven to sort of get them really crispy. They'll take a while. I mean, they'll take almost an hour in the oven. No air fryer, right? So it's a nice flat tray. Scatter them over the tray. Roasting hot oven as high as it will go. Top of the oven. Right, excellent, Paula. I'm glad that your order's on its way. Pork scratching, yeah. Pork scratchings, I get the skin from Morrison's. You might get some from butchers. You just have to ask them generally. But I get mine from Morrison's. It's usually right by the butchery department. So just ask. It's never expensive. It's like a quid for 2 sheets this big. Once you cook them down, you get a decent size amount. Right. Just gonna let that cook through for a minute. What am I doing? There's gonna be quite a lot of liquid in this, so I'm gonna really get the heat through it and get rid of some of the moisture. Tell you what I'll do is I'll make the mix. So the egg mix. So the topping, the sauce, got some fresh mozzarella here. So I'm just going to grate that. You could use grated mozzarella if you wanted, but obviously pre-grated mozzarella will contain some potato starch, so just be aware. Some is as low as 1 gram of carbs per 100, some's as high as 5 grams of carbs per 100. You just need to check the packet. But yeah, going back to the question about snacks, sorry, I've forgotten who it was that said it. Pork scratchings for me, but to be fair, most times snacks, it's things like we've got boiled eggs in the fridge, ready to go, Scotch eggs, chicken thighs. That's the sort of stuff that I would snack on rather than something sweet. The issue with sweet things is that when you start snacking on it, it can make you then want to eat more. So you just have to be careful. Not saying don't have sweet things all the time. Certainly do. I just don't tend to. If you're having a sweet thing carrying it around, then you're guaranteed to eat it. Whereas if you got a boiled egg in your bag, you'll think twice before eating it because it's do I need a boiled egg? Rather than, oh, I've got a nut bar. It's just getting used to sort of not grazing all the time. The problem with snacks is that it means that you're eating in between meals, and that's potentially not going to help. So Stuffed olives, yes. That's the sort of stuff that if I don't have olives in the house, just because I don't tend to eat much of them. But if I was out and about and I suddenly fancied something to eat, the packs of olives and feta cheese, that's sort of what I'd go for. That's sort of my snack. Right, I'm just making sure all the mince is pretty much cooked all the way through before we start doing anything else to it. I say, because it's fairly high fat, there's quite a lot of liquid in there, so I just want to get rid of some of that. You've been painting as well, Karen? Or have you been painting? Yes, Lou. Leeks or shallots. I just didn't have any shallots in the house. Well, I lie. I did have shallots, but I made pate earlier. So I've made a smoky bacon and chicken. Sorry, not chicken liver. Smoky bacon and lamb's liver pate, and the last of my shallots went into that. Yes, this might sound weird, but that's breakfast for tomorrow. Not all of it, but that's breakfast tomorrow. Painting by numbers. Excellent. Karen, if you come to my house, I'll just paint numbers on the wall and give you the grey paint and just fill in the numbers. I get a wall done. Yeah, same as Jim. We would usually buy, and I still do occasionally. I've got some hot pepperoni in the fridge because Louis loves it as part of his breakfast or whatever he's eating. But I tend to not eat it anymore. How long will the pate last? I don't need to worry about that, Jason, because it'll be eaten. It's fresh. It's fresh meat. So with fresh bacon, fresh liver, 3 to 4 days, then you're done. So, that's only one packet of liver in there with a couple of rashers of bacon. So really, that in there is probably I'd say four biggish portions, 4 decent portions. I probably wouldn't eat much more than a quarter of that at a go. I might make some linseed bread or something along that lines, toast that. I have that for breakfast tomorrow. Or one of my favourites, I haven't got any lettuce. Get the little gems or the romaine lettuce. The chicken one is on there, Jim. So chicken liver pate is on the website. The lamb's liver, not yet. I've just been playing with it. To be fair, mate, it's fry the onions, fry the bacon, fry the lamb, get him fully cooked. So make sure the liver fully cooked. Let it cool a bit into the food processor. Add some creme fraiche or sour cream. Puree it to where you want it. Do you want it chunky or do you want it smooth? Once it's done, it's done. Bit of seasoning, whatever you want. Bit of herb, bit of garlic, whatever it is you want in there. Pate is not difficult to make. I don't know, Jason. I can't remember. There might be. Jason, I barely know how to find our own YouTube channel. I found it by mistake earlier. And I was like, don't touch that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why? You're in the YouTube channel. Leave it alone. Oh, okay. Right. You can just about see there's a lot of liquid in the middle there. I'm just going to get rid of some of that. Oh, yeah. I was going to blitz the eggs down, wasn't I? So for the sauce, because this is really easy, once that's cooked, I'm going to add the tomatoes in, and I'm going to add some herbs in there. But once that's cooked, it's a matter of layer it, stick it in the oven. We're not going to stand around and watch it for half an hour. If you do want to stand around and, you know, watch things in the oven, then join Michelle's classes. They go on for hours and hours and hours. I am amazed sometimes that she still talks to me. Still trying to find the right container. There it is. Okay. I will when she comes down. I will. I'll make a note. All right. So the sauce to go on top using ricotta. So it's normally 1 tub of ricotta. Just by sheer chance, we had a half a tub in there as well. So 1.5 tubs of ricotta, grated mozzarella, couple of eggs, and with it, I'm going to add, and again, this is personal taste, but I'm going to add a little bit of mustard powder. Mustard powder in sort of cheesy sauces goes really well together. With the pate working there. I don't know how big the mini chopper is. It would work. It's just the volume, isn't it? How many times have you got to load it? I've certainly made it in our small glass processor. So I've made it in that previously. That's a 500 ml line. I mean, that's for liquid. I'll go a bit higher than that for the for the solid mix. But just otherwise, break it down. Break it into a couple of amounts. I did 400 grams of pate with 200 grams of bacon, so it's quite a lot there. You could always just reduce it a little bit. Right, this is looking better now as well. Looks a bit pale and anemic to start with. To be fair, it's why I prefer using a slightly lower percentage fat meat. So I use normally a 10% beef mix. You don't get all of this liquid in there. Just looks a bit better. I made you a sausage leaf pie yesterday. Wow, it's amazing how things turn out if you just follow the instructions. Yeah, I know. We constantly saying that. Yeah, that's cool, lady. We constantly sort of saying, is this going to work? Is this really going to? Oh, look, it's worked. And we even recipes we've done so many times, you look at it and go, oh, I must have done something different last time. You just leave it alone, get on with it. Okay, so I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of mustard powder. One thing I need to add to this now is also milk. I just want to make sure I can get it all in. Looks like very rich mayonnaise right now. So I'm using dairy. Milk, I'm aware it contains carbs. You can use almond milk if you want. No, it makes no difference. However, I'm only using 100 mils. And this is going over 6 portions. So what is it? 0.75 grams of carbs per portion. There we go. Right then. Much better. Got some colour in the meat as well now. Right, let's have some herbs, seasoning. Now, in the recipe, it calls for, it's probably a can of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes. I'm not going to use a whole one of these. We prefer our meat base a little bit firmer. So if I was doing this straight for the recipe, this would be 600 grams of chopped tomatoes. I've probably added in 300 at the moment. I'll give it a little bit more, but I don't want mine much more than that. Yeah. Oh, I suppose there is a little bit of Kestival news, but it's not 100%. I mean, it's like 99% going to happen. But I will let you know. I'll let you know, and it will only be that just something has happened and you can't make it on the day. If any of you, and you should have done, listen to any of Dan Grief's podcasts, so UK Low Carb Podcast. Yeah, that's what it's called, UK Low Carb Podcast. If you don't know him, he's got a Facebook page and he's got a podcast. Obviously, I listen to him on Podbean. Where's my salt? So I had a quick chat with Dan earlier, and I said to him, "Do you fancy coming along for the day and maybe do some interviews?" And he said, "Love to." So he's got a bit of sorting out to do because he's a busy man. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, 99%. Please don't have a go at me if he doesn't manage to get there on the day. Dan will be with us. Now, I've never met Dan apart from online. We've never actually, and it was weird that he said that he started his podcast during lockdown. So none of his podcasts are actually done face to face. There we go. And what we're going to hope to do on the day is record some podcasts with people, which would be amazing. Hey, Kerry. So that's cooked. Sausage ready. Cabbage is done. That can quieten down for a second. So, firstly, go and find Dan's page, UK Low Carb Podcast. I'll see if I can find it while I'm here. Hang on 2 seconds. Normally, Ella's dropping links in all over the place. Let's see if I can find him. UK Low Carb. Right, there we go. So this is a link to Dan's group on Facebook. So there we go. Yes, that's that 1% because sometimes can be. The issue is his wife's finishing off her masters, so he's having to look after the kids a lot more than normal, and he's just got to try and get the time off. Right, that's to Dan's Facebook page, and it is just all about low carb keto. Lots of he interviews lots of people. He's interviewed Jen Unwin, David Unwin recently, a whole handful of people. So go and have a look at his podcast because he is managing to get hold of pretty much. He spoke to Tim Noakes just a few weeks ago. He spoke to some bloke from Keto Fitness Club the week before that. So go and have a look at him. Hopefully, I say fingers crossed, Dan can join us, or he's joining us on the day. So he will be looking to speak to people. Karen, share their story. Karen. Right, okay, let's get this layered and get it in the oven. Right, I've stuck the I've stuck the Ninja on bake, just 190. This is going to go in the Ninja tin. So I mean, I've got 2 tins. Oh no, actually, I'm going to put that one in this one. I'm going to put this white one in the Ninja tin because it fits perfectly in the rack. Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Kellard. How are you doing? Right, so this one is Ella's. So we're going to line hers with these sweetheart cabbage leaves. Nice. Look at that. It's almost like I thought about this. Hi, Chris. Yeah, it's not very sunny here. It was okay earlier, but it's a little bit rubbish. Oil the pan. Which pan? This one? No. The only oil I've used is a little bit of oil in when cooking the shallots. But no need to oil this pan. There's going to be plenty of liquid in this. Aubergine lasagna. Yeah, let's see. I'm okay with aubergine lasagna, but the kids think it's a little bit stringy. That's why Ella preferred to have the cabbage one. When I said to Louis, I'm doing a cabbage or a cheese one. Which one do you want? He just sort of looked at me. Oh, I don't want to overdo it. I'll put one more in there. We've got a couple of spare leaves. Might wrap them in something. That's the same thing for doing salmi. You know, lightly poached. Right. Nice layer of grated mozzarella. And then we're going to get... Right, okay. Thank you, Liam. So if you didn't see that, folks, if you don't want the stringy aubergines, get the small baby ones. That's about right. There we go. So it just looked white on the camera. You can't actually see it, can you? However, trust me, it looks good. Let's get that in the oven. There we go. Right, now this one shut up. Just going to quickly wipe this out. This is one I cooked in fact, thinking about it, I've just cooked the pork scratchings in here a little while ago. That's all the oil that's come out. It's barely a tablespoon, maybe a tiny bit more of oil. So obviously you could do your lasagnas in a square tray. You don't have to use the round ones. So I'm just using the round ones because they fit. There we go. Sure. Right. It's going to be on a tilt. That's fine. See, I'm going to use a slightly smaller, which is a bit wider. Where's the last one? Lost one of my trays. Where the hell have they gone? Two glass dishes disappeared. Oh, I know where they are. Yeah. Oh, that will do. That's a better fit. Right, there you go. That's a better fit. I know, Nick, Jason. Leave me alone. Look, never take myself too seriously. You know that. What did I put the Ninja on and how long? It's on bake. So just use the straight bake function, 19 minutes. That's what it's preset for when you turn it on. It might need a little bit longer, but not much. I could have, maybe, should have measured out the meat. I think I'd given Ella a bit more than should have done. Not that she'll mind. However, this works better in here with the square cheese. And I'm not going to waste that bit of cabbage. I'm going to actually put that in the middle here. Right, there we go. Useful if I didn't have everything in front. Same again. So this is definitely going to be richer because of the amount of cheese that's going in there. Especially when you think that we've got another layer of cheese and then we've got eggs and ricotta cheese to go over the top. There we go. Same as bake function. It presets at 180, 25 minutes. That'll do. A little bit lower in temperature because it's that much closer to the heat. But that will tell you when it's heated up. The foodie doesn't tell you when it's preheated, whereas the grill does. But it will only take a minute, and it'll be at 180. Right, there we go, folks. That was fun, wasn't it? You need to do a gadget video. Yeah, I know. We've got so many bloody gadgets. We'd need a whole show. We need a whole show reel of them. Thank you for joining. Thanks for the chat. Kept me busy. Kept me active. What have we done? 46 minutes. There you go. And it's taken me 46 minutes to fry some meat and layer it. Liam, that's why I'm not doing the kitchen. Take me too bloody long. Dead easy recipe to try. We all have our favorite way of, putting this together. It's just the layers, isn't it? It's just finding those alternatives for the layers. Cheese is going to be heavy. Cabbage has made it a little bit lighter. So have a little crack. See what you think. Thanks for joining in. I shall see you, members. Don't forget kettlebells at 6 o'clock. Bells. It would be better if you had a kettlebell, but bring along a handbag and maybe swing that. Yes, you can use leeks, Angela, but the problem is that they're a bit stringy. So you're best cutting the leeks into sections, not just the whole. If you put a whole leek, cut them into strips, then when you try and get a portion out, the leek just gets sucked up. So you're better to cut the leeks into little chunks and get them, otherwise it becomes a mess rapidly. Yeah, bring a kettle if you want. Fill the kettle with no water. There you go. So it's preheated. Fill the kettle with sand. Somebody, I don't think Sarah's been on actually, somebody's got a bag filled with all of the carby foods that she was going to get rid of. So I think there's a few tins of beans and such like. She's weighed her bag full of food and it's 2.5 kilos. Perfect for kettlebell swings. Right, so grab your kettlebells. See you at 6. See you later, folks.